What's up, guys? How's it going? This is Manny Fraser, and I'm just taking a walk, and I decided to record this podcast quickly. My goal is to start putting out more content as we progress throughout the year. So, what I want to do is talk quickly about being able to make phone calls. Cold calling. Cold calling is something in fitness that a lot of people dread because it's doing the thing that is difficult and hard. Calling people is hard. I know. Trust me, I do it all the time. And you don't want to do those things. But I can tell you what you need to do. You need to start doing the hard stuff. The hard stuff is calling. The hard stuff is meeting. The hard stuff is shaking hands. You want to make sure you get in front of people and you want people to know who you are. So what I do is this. Here's a couple steps that I do to make sure that I make the first cold call as organic as possible. That way I can get the most out of it. Normally when I call people, I take about an hour. I'll call roughly about 50 people. I'll get maybe 5 people on a good day, 5 to 10 people on a good day. My goal is to convert all 5 to 10 people and have the greatest conversation that they ever had. Here's how I do it. Number one, the number one thing that I do when I call people is I make it as organic as possible. What I mean by that is this. If you take a look at different Facebook posts, different Instagram posts, Twitter, what do you notice whenever two friends actually talking to each other? It's organic. It's not like, hey, Dave, Ramsey, how's it going? It's, hey, Dave, how are you doing? Right? Because at the end of the day, it's friend to friend. And that's how it should be. Now, when you're talking back and forth as a friend, people aren't wondering, where do I know this person from? So the number one thing that I do is as soon as someone picks up the phone, I read, hi, Dave, how you doing? It's Manny calling from Good Life Fitness. It's Manny calling from Lifetime. It's Manny calling from wherever you work. Tell them it's your name plus where you work. So instead, here's what you say. Hi, insert client's name. It is, insert your name and the place you work. At that point, they're going to be like, oh, I know this person. And they're going to be less defensive and more accepted. They're going to be acceptable towards whatever it is you have to say next. So here's what I do next. I say, hey, Dave, it's Manny calling from Good Life Fitness. How are you doing? I'm doing well. And I ask them, do you have a moment to talk right now? I'm calling my members and seeing how they're doing and how they're doing on their current fitness journey. Right then and there, he knows what I'm calling for. He knows what I'm about. He knows that I know his name. And he knows the fact that, okay, yeah, I have a moment to talk. He gets to choose whether or not he's continuing this conversation or not. If he doesn't want to continue the conversation, cool. If he does want to continue the conversation, great. He gets to choose next. It's choose your own adventure. I love choose your own adventure. Because now when he gets to choose his own adventure, when we go into the next part, it's him who decides or her who decides. It's the member who decides, the client who decides. So I'm not going to go into what they say no. I'm going to go into and say yes. So if they say, yes, I have time to talk, the next thing you do is you talk about their fitness journey. So, Dave, how's your fitness journey going? What's happening? What are your goals? You get right into the factor of what they're working on. And if they say, I've had someone today, and I was like, well, I don't really have any goals. Oh, okay. So how are you finding the gym so far? What do you do when you come in? Well, I'm looking to put on size. Oh, bingo. So you're looking to put on size. Yeah. All right. So that's his goal. His goal is to put on size. A lot of times when you're talking to people, they have trouble to tell you what it is that their goals are or what they're trying to do. And what ends up happening is that because they have difficulty having those conversations, they just have difficulty. Like, it's hard. I don't know, because people don't think about what are their goals, what are they trying to achieve. They don't think about these things, right? And because they don't think about it, when you're trying to have that conversation with them about their goals, they're like, oh, I've never thought about this. So I was like, okay, so you want to put on size. All right, cool. That's amazing. Me and my team actually put together 2 programs. It's called the Mass Monster program and the Pump Chaser program. Which one would you classify yourself as? So right away, I'm giving them 2 enticing programs that we have running, right? Totally free of charge. Why are these programs free of charge? Because programming is free. I can go online and get programs. It's not hard. Personal trainers, I'm telling you right now, programming is not something that you need to be charging people for. You're charging people for programs. Sorry. I mean, individualized programs, you probably charge people for. If you're taking a little bit more information and doing a lot more work, sure. But if you're just giving them generic programs, trainers, you gotta do better. Okay? So a generic program, free. So giving out a generic program, free. This doesn't matter to me. It's the Pump Chaser program, mass monster program. As soon as I give that to them, as soon as I let them know I have that, they're more enticed to want to be able to come in. I have a bunch of other programs. The cool thing about programming is that you want to come up with cool names. When you come up with cool names for programs, then people are more inclined to actually come in. I create PDFs with 4-day, 6-day, 7-day, 5-day week programs. That way, as soon as I'm done sitting down with the person, if they decide not to continue with me, I give them this program. And then what happens is that they can now utilize that program as a way to train. Okay? Now I have 4 weeks with them in my program. They utilize the program. The program is good. They say, how'd you find the program? It's really good. Cool, man. Do you want another one? Or what's your next phase? What are you going to do next? So anyways, here's the key steps. Here's 2 key steps that I told you about, okay? Number 1, you want to be as organic as possible in your conversation. Be as organic as possible because people are more likely to want to talk to you if they assume that they know you already, and they're more likely to work with you because the fact that they're feeling like, you know what, I know this person. 2, have programs already ready so when you hear people's goals, you can have a cool name for that program. If you have difficulty coming up with names, you can go on, there's lots of different websites, there's lots of different AI tools you can utilize, come up with different names. Have fun with this. If you can make this as fun as possible, people are more likely to sign up with you. All right, guys, that's all I have today. That's all I have for today. Catch you on the next one. Peace.